Welcome to newspaper analysis for the July 18. So topics that we are going to cover today. So there is a news about the protostar and radiations that are released from this protostar. So the protostar here they are talking about is IRAS. So they have given that name. So we will try to see. Previously also we have tried to understand about this star's life cycle, black hole. So today there are not very important articles. Once we finished up the things that are in the news, so we will spend little time on this concepts of the star life cycle and all. Okay. So that is a major focus. And then Akash air defense system is in the news because they have test fired Akash surface to air missile. Okay, any kind of incoming air threats that are coming to India, they are able to block it. Okay, this is a missile. So they have developed in such a system so that any kind of incoming threat, they want to develop in a similar to S400. S400 range is 400 kilometers. This range is little lesser, 800 kilometers, but they are trying to develop is a kind of another system. Okay, we were also developing under the project Kusha. We have discussed this thing. So we were trying to develop an indigenous air defense system. So this is another thing that we have. Okay, so like this we will have various things with us to protect ourselves from the incoming missile threats. So we'll try to revise that thing. Project Vishnu, yesterday we have discussed. What is it? Cruise missile. Okay, where we are hypersonic cruise missile. Okay, cruise missile means, okay, again there will be a confusion. So we need hypersonic long range 1500 kilometers hypersonic cruise missile. Okay, then we will also try to discuss about the sanctions imposed by the USA, the threats they are trying to provide us. This is the same news headline it is making. Okay, Russian oil, India calls for double standards. So USA and the other people like a NATO chief, they are saying that those countries, especially India, China, Brazil, these are the countries import lot of oil from the Russia. So USA saying we will impose 500% tax on these countries. Okay, so India says, okay, this is a kind of double standards. You also import, the European countries import a lot of gas. So far they are importing a lot of gas from the Russia. Okay, and this is our domestic need, our requirement, our sovereignty, our majority of the population is dependent on the oil. So this is a kind of double standard. So we will try to discuss about this. So they are trying to introduce a bill that is seeking to impose duties on India and others buying the Russian oil. See how the USA is threatening us. So in the last 4 or 5 months, this is what is happening between the India and USA. And also trade deal we are trying to discuss. So somewhere in it is hard that okay, maybe India will settle between the 10 to 20% of the US tariffs. Okay, somewhere we are able to make the deal. Somehow USA is imposing tariffs. We'll discuss about it. So then we will also study the exploration of the rare earth metals they are talking about, since they have found some of the rare earth metals in India, especially in the Rajasthan area. So they are focusing to explore more of these rare earth metals. So we'll try to revise. So most of the things that we have seen so far is already the content that we have discussed. We will try to revise those aspects and we will try to understand the life cycle of the star. Okay, chalo. So this is the thing about the Syria. Here I have taken this thing for the mapping section. See, Israel, okay, so now, like what was happened in the Syria previously? Previously, there was a Shia government, understand the base? Shia government used to be there, Bashar al-Assad, okay, Assad's regime was there. Then what has happened? USA, Israel, these countries supported the militant groups who were against the president. Iran used to support the president, then existing president, Assad, regime of Assad. But what has happened? Eventually, government collapsed, failed. The person who were the rebels, I think he was the previous chief of Al-Qaeda. Okay, so the rebel groups, one of the rebel groups, they have become the president. And once they came to the power, USA has reduced the sanctions, removed the sanctions on the Syria. So this is the base. This is clear. So what was going on previously in the Syria? So are you clear? So Syria, there was a civil war. Civil war used to happen in the Syria between two groups, between the president and the rebel forces. It has continued for very long. For so many years it has continued. Finally, government lost its power. Because Shia Sunni conflict that happens in the entire Middle East. But generally, the president was a Shia. Okay. So other forces, rebel forces was primarily Sunni. Since the president was Shia, which country would have supported it? Which was the Shia country in the Middle East? Major Shia country. Major one. Iran is a Shia country. That is a fundamental thing. Okay, why there is conflict between the Iran and the Saudi? What is the major conflict? Shia versus Sunni. Who is the Sunni country there? See, majority of these Arab nations are the Sunni countries. Okay. The major country that is there is the Shia country is the Iran. This is the point. Within the Muslim world, they believe previously the Muslim solidarity, whatever they think, it has gone. It has been under the question. The reason is there is existing Shia and the Sunni conflict. There is some way the belief, the practice that used to happen. Okay, and who is the main leader? Okay, after the Muhammad, whoever the next descendant. Okay, there was some kind of majority is the Sunni portion. Okay, even in India, you will see majority it is a Sunnis. Okay, some people are there in the Hyderabad. Okay, some people are there in the UP, Mumbai areas and all. Okay, slight difference. There is not much difference between them, but that is a major political struggle. Okay, they want to have the control. So you need to understand the first point that you have to. When I say Iran versus Saudi Arabia, that should come to your mind is Shia versus Sunni conflict. Shia is gaining more power, of course, the political cloud will be more. Okay, always the religion is coming with the link with the politics. Once in a GS1 society, they have asked, communalism is not about the religion, it is about the power. See, previously we'll say Aurangzeb or whoever the religious thing and all. For them, they've done those things not just for their love for the religion or for the hate for the religion. Through that thing, through assertion and attacking the other religion, they want to command the power. Okay, they want to create fear. So it is not just about the religion or identity. It is also having the power dynamics in it. This is a point that you have to understand. So here also it is not just about the Shia, you are following Shia, I don't like you. No, it is about more about the power. They want to claim the dominance. Now see, if I say, okay, let's say I want to gain control in this region. Okay, so now I want his support. Okay, how will he provide support to me? So I'll tell him we are boys. Okay, we are one group, one thing. Okay, so I'll say something, whatever his weakness is, whoever the majority is there. Okay, whatever it can be region, it can be religion. Okay, for suppose, okay, we belong to one particular religion. Okay, we both. Then I'll say, see, our religion is in the threat. This is what. So then, because of the religion, he will support me. But main intention for me is using that religion to create a power. Okay, that is the point. So for him, I'll give some benefits. I'll promote this religion and all. So he'll be satisfied and I'm getting the support of that religion. So basically, it is a power struggle. It is not about the religion. Okay, in the same way here also Shia and Sunni. How do I mobilize the people? Even in the past, how do they mobilize people? They mobilize people by giving some kind of identity. Okay, this is thing in our threat. This thing we can do. That's how they will gather the support. Okay, then you will get motivated. Yeah. Right. Or if I generally say, see, I want to get the power by. No. Okay, you will not support. Okay, something vested interest has to be provided. Okay, this is also the same thing that is happening. Okay, Shia versus Sunni conflict. Previously, Syria was having the Shia government. Okay, this thing I have discussed when I was talking about the Iran. Okay, so Iran used to support the same thing, Shia government, but exactly opposite rebels. Whoever were the rebels were the Sunnis. Okay, not Hamas. From where do Hamas come? Okay, they are in the Gaza. Okay, so Iran also support the Hamas group and also Lebanon. Okay, Hezbollah and also Yemen's Houthi. Okay, Yemen is also bombing any ship movements there moving in the Red Sea and all. We have seen already the Red Sea mapping previously. Okay, so they have lost the power. Now Sunni is in the power. So that is the thing. Now Sunni will not support the Iran. Finally, previously when the Shia government was there, it was pro-Iran. They don't have the good relationships with the Israel. Now when the Sunni came into the power, so they have Israel, Syria, okay, and the USA. They have sat and made some kind of talks. Did I not discuss about the Abraham Accords? Abraham Accords means USA is supporting a good deals with the Israel. Arab countries, it is pushing the Arab countries to make a good deals with the Israel. All the Arab countries previously hate the Israel. Listen, all the Arab countries hate Israel. At the same time, but there is no unity within these Arab countries. They will fight Shia and Sunni. Okay? So these are the things. Now they are trying to come closer towards Israel rather than removing the conflicts between the Muslim countries. They are trying to come little bit closer. In the same way, Syria came little closer to the Israel. But it is not possible because in the 1967 war, Israel has occupied the Syrian territory, Golan Heights. This is a part of the Syria, but occupied by the Israel. They have also occupied more amount of territory. Recently, US also said Syria, Golan Heights belongs to the Israel. So main border conflict is there. There cannot be very good peace between these countries. Now, why this thing is in the news? In the geography, you might have studied about in the NCERT, Bedouini tribes, Arabs, nomadic tribes, Bedouinis, very important, Bedouinis, nomadic Sunni Arab tribes living in the Syrian desert. At the same time, there is also Druze, another tribe. They'll ask, where are these people? Now, these Druze tribes, they are present in the Syria as well as the Israel. Around 1.5 lakh Druze tribes are present in the Israel, and also they are present in the military. Within the Syria, they fought against each other. Bedouinis and Druze, they have attacked each other, they have kidnapped some men and all. Now, government intervened in order to stop the clashes, and in that way, in that process, they have entered into this border area, in this Golan Heights area. It angered the Israel. You entered into the area controlled by me. Ideally, that was Syria's only. It has launched the attacks. You might have seen in the Instagram also, some news reader was reading the news and from the Syria. Okay, suddenly the missile was hit. Okay, she got scared. Okay, this is the thing. This is the thing. This is the background. So now you understood what is this Golan Heights conflict, border conflict between the Israel and the Syria. Okay, and you have also understood current conflict, Bedouinis and the Druze. Israel poking everywhere, doing somewhere. They want somehow World War III, it seems. I do not know. Okay. Now see, these countries, they want weapons. So USA like, take my weapons. Israel, recently UN chief has said that after Trump has come to the power, there is a possibility of a recession. Instead of bringing the peace, there is a movement towards a global recession. See, USA somehow is trying to create wars. It is trying to pull off its economy because it is a major defense supplier. Everywhere war. They are purchasing the weapons from whom? Again, USA. USA is a major benefit. Okay, so somehow if this conflict goes beyond control, then it will be a problem. So in that case, then USA will intervene. Okay, so here also Israel has attacked the Damascus. Damascus means capital, remember. Okay, then USA intervened. No, stop. US have to talk. Okay, so something is going on now. See, when the USA came to the power, Trump said, I'll stop the Russia and the Ukraine war within the 1 month. Still it is continuing. One day. Okay. So you might have seen that video how he was threatening in the live with the Ukrainian president. Okay. So what is this satire? What is and all? See, Ukraine have good amount of coal resources and rare earth metals. By putting pressure on the Ukraine, so by supplying the defense equipment, they got first money. USA got the money. Second, putting pressure on the Ukraine, they got access to the rare earth metals, coal reserves, everything. Okay, somehow they have tried to put pressure on the Russia, but it did not work. Now USA is supplying next level of arms to the Ukraine. So this is going to lead to some other next level of fight. Okay, at the same time, they want to bring to table peace talks, but it is not happening. Okay, so on the other hand, like say now India imports oil from the Russia. They are saying stop the oil from them. We are oil dependent. Previously also we used to import 20% of the oil from the Iran. USA has imposed sanctions in the same way. We have reduced our purchases. It has come down to 0.5% something. You can imagine 20 to 0.5. So this way USA is hurting our interest. It is hurting our. Has the USA stopped the relationships with the Pakistan? Did they stop supplying the defense equipment to the Pakistan? Did they do anything there? No. Okay, why should we stop purchasing from the USA? This is what said by our petroleum minister. Okay, so that's how the point here is. This is how the USA is threatening, creating disturbances everywhere. This is the one context that you have to understand. Even I think recently it was in the news that USA has chosen one ambassador to the Malaysia as ambassador from the USA to represent, to talk to the Malaysia. Now that person has so many stereotypes, okay, anti-Muslim bias, or strong male bias. So these things are there based on his Twitter post and all. So now USA has chosen those things. I do not know what Trump is doing and all. Okay, so these things, some kind of disturbance is going on. So that's why they are saying economy, worldwide economy is going to come down. This is the scenario like 2008, where we worldwide entirely have seen the crisis. Global economy is expected to grow by 2.7% as per the World Bank. Now they are saying it will grow only by 2.2%. So there are also talks that there was some kind of secret deal between Russia, India, China. Okay.
Some analysts say that Trump has made all this intentionally to rise in the stock market for the price hike and
that can happen. Say what, like say when he has imposed a 40% tax, everything has went down. Next day, we do not know. Those are the unknown things. Okay, speculations. Okay? We do not have the proofs and all. Okay, speculations maybe. I do not know. Maybe. So they might be having insider information and all. We do not know. That can happen. So that is the thing. So there is a currently global crisis is going on everywhere. Flashpoints in the South Asia, Middle East, Russia and Ukraine. So many flashpoints are there. Only some more trigger. Whom? World War III. Okay. So Bedonis and Druze, these are the tribes. This is mentioned in your NCERT also. They will give you map the following tribes. Okay. So these are the tribes, local tribes. Syria, not Syria, right? Arab. Okay. Primarily presently in the Syria. Okay. We can say Arab. Okay. Just like we have in the India, different tribal groups, Garo, Khashi, Santal, Munda, like that. Okay, so clashes near the Israeli occupied Gaza, which got seized in the 1967, annexed in the 1987. Israel controls all those things. Israel seized the UN buffer zone post-Assad. Strikes. I think we have discussed this thing also. Like when this was going on in the starting, in the beginning classes, I have discussed. Okay, Israel has launched the attacks on the Syria, captured some areas and all. If you remember, in the very early classes, I have taken the discussion. So this topic is clear, right? Clear? So about that Syrian and all. So now ARK air defense system. It is indigenously developed medium range surface to air missile. That is the first point. To handle any incoming threats. So range is up to 30 kilometers. This is the thing. Now we are developing the prime version. Okay, so they can reach a little bit more height. Okay, something maybe you can think of 50-60 kilometers. So they are trying to develop the advanced versions where they have proper say where they can identify, they have the sensors, incoming threats and all. So we are establishing those things. So basically to prevent India from the incoming missile attacks. To intercept the missile. Okay, Akash. You have to remember that thing. So yesterday we have also discussed, I told you there are various types of the missiles. You got confused. So I have collected that thing again. I have prepared the basic framework. See, in the 1980s, okay, especially Abdul Kalam in the DRDO, they have developed a missile program for the India. Because if we do not talk about the peace without having the power. In order to talk about the peace, we should have the power. This is what said by the Abdul Kalam. Okay, if you talk about the peace without having any power, no one will listen to you. Okay, we need sometimes to some people, okay, we need to give something or else they'll not listen. So that's why we need this kind of missile systems. So using this, they have got the money also, finance also. So they have developed the missile program, and the program name is Integrated Guided Missile Development Program. During the Indira Gandhi regime, they have started this program and they have developed various types of the missiles under this. Okay, primarily we'll say Patna, P-A-T-N-A. Different missiles that got developed under this program. P-A-T-N-A, Patna, Prithvi missile, Akash missile, Trishul missile, Nag missile. Okay, and the Agni missile. Okay, so something. So I was getting call from the uncle. So whenever something important, something documents and all, it is going on. So whenever he calls, I'm in the class. So he's complaining. When I call you, you won't pick the call. Something happened in the middle of the meeting and you're not picking the call. So after it is completed, after it is gone, you're calling after 1 hour. Okay. So I'm not able to do anything. So no, it is not from him. I don't know who it is. Okay. So types of the missile. So these are the missiles, you can note it down. Okay. Patna. Okay, this is how I have remembered. These are the missiles we have developed under the Integrated Missile Development Program. All these are the basic missiles. First, initially we have developed. Now we are developing the various other missiles. So it includes surface to surface, surface to air, okay, air to air, different things. Prithvi, Akash, Trishul, Nag, and the Agni. Okay. Now see here, I have given you for the clarity. Prithvi, 150 to 300 kilometers. Again, there are various ranges in the Prithvi. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so the range will change. Maximum range 350. Agni 1 to the 6, 700 to 1000 kilometers. Okay, they have asked, we have seen the question on the Agni also, they have asked Agni 6. Okay, so now I want you to by heart these things. So when I ask you some missile, you should be able to say. Okay, these are the important. Prithvi, Agni, Shaurya. Okay, see Pralay, Quasi, Ballistic, we have discussed that thing also. Brahmos. Now Akash, this is what we have discussed now. We have also discussed Barak, medium range surface to air missile, which we have taken from which country? Barak, from Israel, and we have worked on it, indigenously developed. Quick range surface to air missile, S-400, that is also there. Okay, and then air to air, Astra also we have discussed. Recently we have discussed this Novator, I think. Okay, and we have also discussed some other thing. Okay, long or something like that. Okay. And then air to surface, and then anti-TAR, Nag missile. Okay, so these are the things. Yesterday also we have discussed. This is the old data. Okay, previous yesterday also, whatever the things that we are discussing, the new things, we have to update it here. When we discuss about the air to surface, surface to surface, you have to, any new missiles that is getting tested, you will place it here. I have given you the framework. See, when we have the framework in the mind, we can fit things accordingly. Without that thing, you will get lost. When you are studying the current affairs, we should have the framework, big picture, so that I can arrange the things accordingly. Clear? Now that picture is set for you. So we have developed this thing. So see, this was the question in the 2011. Very easy question. I am sure you will answer it. Right? With reference to the Agni 4 missile. With reference to the Agni 4 missile, which one of the following statements are correct? Check. I have told you how the basic idea about the range also. How we can remember the range. I have given you some basic idea. Okay. It is, firstly, first point, is it true? Surface to surface missile? I remember. So is it bad? Okay. So only one only. Okay, it is not fueled by the liquid. We have seen it is a solid fuel. Okay, and 7,500 means it is a very huge range. It is somewhere around 4,000. Brahmos is not 7,500. 400. Okay, so clear. Okay, this was asked in 2011. So similar kind of questions they can ask. The missiles that are in the news currently, they'll give these kind of statements. But it can be anything. Any missiles which you have discussed. Yesterday also we have discussed what is that missile that we have launched from the Javelin. Yesterday we have discussed. They will launch like this. Man will carry. Okay. So this can be portable. Means if when we are having any kind of threats in the border areas, mobilizing of all these things might be difficult. That is a low weight. So okay, even army personnel can carry with them. Okay, that gives us flexibility to carry on the hills and all. Okay, so that is a thing. Yesterday's one also, Javelin, you can remember. Now this is a protostar. Basically, it is very difficult to find the protostar. I have told you, like similar to the sun is a star. There are millions of such stars within our Milky Way galaxy. Very whole big universe. So assume that this is a very big universe, which is limitless, infinite, and it is still expanding. For suppose within this you have the Milky Way galaxy, and there can be millions of such Milky Way galaxies. Our galaxy name is Milky Way, and there are millions of solar systems within the galaxy. Similar to solar system. Solar system is our sun's scientific name is solar, just like moon's lunar. Similar such stars exist within the galaxy. We do not know how many. We don't have any information beyond our solar system. Okay, some kind of through the radio communication, through waves extraction and all, we identify there must be some planet, exoplanet. Okay, through those things, gravitational waves, we'll try to get some kind of idea. Okay, the same way they have tried to find out some protostar. Okay, which is releasing radiations, magnetic radiations, some 100 times more than our sun. This is the point of the news. they are releasing so many radiations, magnetic radiations. See, our Earth surface also have the, assume that this is our Earth surface. This Earth surface also has some magnetic field around the Earth, around it. Okay, like this. There will be magnetic field. These lines will not intersect with each other. You might have studied. Okay, this is like this. Okay, there are magnetic lines, magnetic field around our Earth surface. It is generated because of the presence of iron within our Earth's core. When you rub the iron elements, so electricity will be generated, ions will be generated. Okay, this will result in the, through the, I think, Coulomb's law, Farrell's law. Okay, when there is electric field, so in the same way, there will be, this lead to generation of the magnetic field. So because of that way, presence of iron in our core, we have the magnetic field. So this magnetic field protects the radiations that are coming from the sun. This is just point I want to add. When the article mentions it has 100 times more magnetic field on the Earth surface, I am giving you idea. Earth also has a similar kind of magnetic field, okay, which will trap the sun's radiations entering into the Earth surface. If those radiations enter our Earth surface, we will get harmed. We will die also. So this magnetic field will stop them from entering. So generally, usually they get trapped in the lower atmosphere, which we call it as a Van Allen radiation belt. Van Allen radiation belt. You will study this thing in the geography. Van Allen radiation belt. Okay, around 1000 kilometers. So whenever we place our satellites in this zone, lower Earth orbit, they will get affected by all these radiations and all. Okay, so remember this point. So far it is clear. Now I am moving into the star topic. See. So we are now going to discuss about the life cycle of the star. See, I have told you, every time the universe before the origin is made up of the dust particles primarily composed of a gas like hydrogen. Okay, so your entire universe is like this. So just like this, randomly gaseous material which is very hot. This gaseous material which is mentioned in your physical geography NCERT is called as a nebula. Hot gaseous material that is there in the entire 95% of the Earth surface. If you just see the images of the universe, not Earth surface, universe, it is composed of these gaseous particles, hot, dense gaseous particles, which we call it as a nebula. Okay, that this is the nebular hypothesis. Okay, gaseous cloudy particles. What happens is, when the temperature decreases, what happens generally if temperature decreases? Contraction happens. So contraction happens, those materials come together. As the materials come together, coalescence happens, means convergence happens. Okay, so when the temperature decreases, the second point is accretion happens. When the accretion happens, size will increase. Okay, at the same time, as the size increases, one particle is attaching to other, another particle is attaching to other. As the size increases, gravitational force also will increase. Okay, this will lead to the more and more gravitational force. So accretion, size increase, and the generation of the gravitational force. Because of this thing, more and more particles get attracted. Okay, so what will happen is, so now the same scattered dust, giant cloud, gaseous particles that are there, they will get concentrated at one place. And they are also rotating. Everything in your universe is rotating as well as revolving. Rotating means I am just moving around myself. Okay, like this. Revolving means I am moving like this. For suppose I am running around him. Okay, that is called revolving. Okay, I am just moving like this. This is called rotating. Okay, this is difference. Every body in the universe is doing this thing. Okay, rotation and the revolution. Okay, so now this entire part is doing this journey. Okay, and here the gravitational force is still acting. So whatever there, gravitation means pulling toward the center. Again, this thing is happening with the rotation and revolution. So some materials get separated. Like this, rings of separation will happen because it is revolving also. When the body is anything doing the movements, circular movements, okay, there is always the centrifugal force. A counter force will be generated on the rotating body. Okay, because of this thing, materials get separated and you will form the ring-like structures. So generally this is how our solar system got evolved. This center part became the star. These parts are nothing but your planets. Different rings got separated. Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Neptune, all these planets have been formed. Slowly they got cooled. Again condensation, again same gravitational force has happened and they became the planets. In this, here what is happening is huge mass. In this, whatever the main element is hydrogen. Now what is happening? Hydrogen is being pushed towards the center, fusing towards the center. Then this will lead to the formation of hydrogen, and hydrogen is being fused. Hydrogen plus hydrogen. So it is becoming next element in your atomic table, helium. Okay. So because of this thing, heat will be released. So much of the hydrogen initially which was in a gas state, later on temperatures reduce, they become solidified, cool and all, and the reaction starts developing. Because of this thing, when the nuclear fusion cycle starts, initially some heat getting released and all that is happening, still the star has not born. Before the birth of the star, we call it as a protostar. The initial phase, we call it as a protostar. Here, in this protostar phase, nuclear fusion has not yet started. When the nuclear fusion phase starts, remember, nuclear fusion, when this starts, then that phase is called main sequence star phase. That's where our sun is. That's the real birth of the star. Previously, just proto origin is going on. So far, am I clear? How the evolution is happening? So somehow in the universe, we found the protostar. From where the radiations are releasing, we want to study this thing. But this is how generally evolution of the star happens. The nuclear fission starts. This is the main sequence star sun. So once, okay, now what is happening? Two forces are acting. Central force and another is outward force. Inward and outward. Outward force is because of the centrifugal, or when the energy is getting released, matter is getting explosion is happening. What happens when the explosion? Okay, if I explode you, all of the people, you will go and blast and fall somewhere. Okay, so this is the explosion happens. Material is getting pushed out. So on one side, force is trying to pull everything to the center. So you are exploding, and on the other side, gravity is pulling you at the center. So your star is nothing but a tussle of war between the two forces. Gravitational force as well as the heat energy that is being released because of the nuclear fusion process. How long it will continue? As long as this heat is there, this process will continue. So somewhere 10 million years this will go. After that, fuel is over, hydrogen is done. So everything will be sucked towards the center. It will implode. Everything is implosion is different. Explosion means going out and blast. Implosion means everything is sucked towards the center. Okay, well, since they have originated from a very small thing, ideally they will try to become the again small thing, sucked into everything into the small thing, singularity. All the matter, particles, they want to enter into the small ball, which is in very small size, but consists of huge amount of matter, which becomes very heavy and dense. Infinite amount of density, infinite amount of everything. So that's the process they are trying to achieve. So some stars, what they'll do is, once the hydrogen is over, they'll go to the helium. Even that is over, they'll go to the carbon. So they will keep on going. If the size of the star is very huge, that process of cycle will continue till the iron element is there. Not every star will be able to do. Depending upon the star's capacity, they will do. Bigger the mass of the star, more amount of cycle, fusion, more amount of fuel will be wasted. Process will be very faster. The life cycle will be very faster because more fuel is getting consumed to sustain the bigger size. Okay, this is how the process goes on. So now, depending upon the mass of the star, after the blast, different byproducts will come. Like your white dwarf, neutron star. When the neutron star is vibrating and releasing the magnetic field, then they are called as a proton star or the black hole, depending upon the mass of the star. Now see this thing. Origin starts from the nebular hypothesis, a rotating nebula, cloud of gas and dust, mainly hydrogen or helium, collapses due to the gravity. Okay, it flattens into the disc shape, the same thing which I have shown you. Okay, and then within the core, heating will start, like a protostar, a hot accretionary ball before the fusion starts. Once it starts a nuclear fusion process, okay, then that is called as a main sequence phase, main sequence star. From there, after the thing, once the hydrogen is exhausted, When the low mass star, less than the 8 times of solar masses, it will evolve into the red giant because of the helium fusion. Helium fusion means whatever the star is there, the explosion is going on, it becomes little bit, it will try to expand and become the red in color, because now hydrogen is gone, they are fusing the helium. Okay, so that will become like a red color star. Okay, after the hydrogen is over. Okay, so that is one thing. And then finally it will collapse and it will become the last part is a white dwarf. Maybe it will look in a white color, no more sunlight is coming from there, it is considered as a kind of white dwarf. Okay, dense, it is very dense. Of course, all those things, final remains are the smaller in size. It must be half the size of the Earth's surface, it must be very small. Okay, it is then finally cooling will take in, it is very cool also, it is no more having the sunlight. Okay, and then it consists of carbon or oxygen. If the size is very high, if the mass is very high, greater than the 8 times of the solar mass, then becomes not just red giants, super red giants. Then it will start that again the fueling process. Okay, so star will think, I am winning the war. Okay, hydrogen is finished, exhausted. Then they will start the helium. Okay, because of the helium, that will result into the red giant. Once helium is exhausted, then it will think, yes, I am winning. The gravity will think I am winning. But again comes into the picture carbon. Like this, it will go on till iron. So once it is over, major blast will happen. That is called the supernova explosion. Okay, supernova explosion. See here, it is written supernova explosion. And then from there results into the either neutron star, which is having 1.4 to 3 times of the solar masses, dominant this thing, or when the size is greater than this much, then it will result in the black hole, depending upon the size. All the different things. When these neutron stars also vibrating, called as the pulsars, vibrating because of the magnetic field that is present in that. Okay, so they will be very small in size. Maybe the size will be of spoon, something like spoon. Okay, this much, but consists of so much of the matter density infinite level. Okay, we have discussed this black hole, which can suck anything, huge gravity. Okay, because there is so much of the matter. According to the matter, there will be more gravity. Anything that enters, even the light cannot exit, come out. So this is the life cycle of the star. See, this process will go on. Now see the question that is given here.
So in the final phase, the star will be turned into black hole. Like our solar system,
it will not turn into the black hole, because that's what I said. When the mass is more than 7 times of the size of the sun, okay, solar masses, okay, when the remnant part is more than the 3 times, okay, then it will result into the black hole. Okay, so our sun will become the white dwarf. Okay, so it will depend upon the what is the mass. So they have given, that's why they have taken the solar mass. Less than 7, this will happen. More than 7, this will happen. Okay, depending upon the mass. Different products, white dwarf, neutron star, black hole. When the size is more than 7 times of the solar mass, it will result in a neutron star. If the size is even more, okay, than that, okay, then it will become the black hole. Clear? See here, now this is a question. 2024. See, every year they are asking these kind of questions. Consider the following statement. Giant stars live much longer than the dwarf stars. Think based on the concepts we have discussed. Compared to the dwarf stars, giant stars have greater rate of nuclear reaction. First one, giant stars live much longer than the dwarf stars. That's what we have discussed. Okay, so because consumption, okay, the energy is more. Okay, the reaction process compared to the dwarf stars, giant stars have the greater rate of the nuclear reaction. Okay, so answer should be so statement 1 is wrong. Okay, but statement 1 is what is the statement? Fourth option. Statement 1 is incorrect, but the statement 2 is correct. Okay, that's what we have discussed. Try this thing. Now see, you do not know Cephits. Whoever has went into the exam, even they do not know things. But we have discussed the same thing. But try to arrive at an answer. Consider the following pairs. So they have given match the following kind of which one is right, which statement is right, which statement is wrong. So Cephits, they are saying you do not know. For suppose imagine they are saying giant cloud of dust and the gas in the space. So now they have given again nebula. Okay, so we have to think. Have they interchanged the statements? This is how they. I have also shown yesterday. They have done the thing. This is the, now see, have you understood the how we have to think in the exam? Now nebula, stars which brighten and dim, at least you know this is not the nebula. Okay, so when you read this thing, you will understand this must be nebula. So there you will decode that this is also wrong, this is also must be wrong. Now neutron stars that are formed when the massive stars run out of the fuel and collapses, pulsars. So that is the point that we have discussed. They are nothing but the same neutron star when they vibrate. That is what the pulsars. Okay, they have given only little bit information about it. So they are the type of the neutron stars, pulsars. Okay, when they are vibrating, we are called it as the pulsars. Definitely they are the stars. So statements become very difficult. Okay, so they have given, so at least we know definitely it is not these three. Okay, these two. So either here or here you are confused. But if you have studied properly the concept, then you will be able to identify this as a. So 2 questions. They are asking these questions. Okay. So whenever I teach geography, like my students used to say, okay, unnecessarily going into complicated things. No, these things are being asked. Okay, always syllabus book and the PYQs as a guiding light. Do not stick to what you think or what sir thinks. See the PYQs. Then you have to understand what is being asked. Okay, whether the things are relevant or not. Okay, so that's why here also I am taking the PYQ so that you get the clarity. So when you do this thing, for you, when you study the static syllabus and all, be it geography, economy, everything, IR, everything will become easy for you because you have the base, you have the standards. So again, you will understand, again discussions will be there about these things in your static classes and all. But you will feel very empowered. When things are coming in your class, you will feel easy, those things. So this is the thing, USA has proposed a 500% sanction on the countries importing the Russian oil. So we say we are not going to accept it because it is our sovereignty. I have tried to add some facts here. See here, 40 to 44% we are importing from the Russia. Currently from the Middle East, Iraq 20%, Saudi 11%, UAE 10%, USA 4%. We have diversified our basket to give you some kind of clarity. Okay, see, sometimes they may ask such kind of factual things. When we have the bigger picture, then you will be in a position to eliminate the options and arrive at a right answer. This is the clarity I am giving you everywhere. So you will get the very good understanding by the time you enter into the prelims hall. So even if the questions, you do not know the direct answer for that thing, which is the most possible case for the 50 plus questions I am saying. No matter how much you study, there will be the 50 plus questions which you do not know the answer, but you have to take the intelligent guess. How you take the intelligent guess? Based on your understanding about the world affairs, domestic affairs, law, everything you will take the intelligent guess, then your accuracies will increase. Some questions will be direct, 20 to 30. The more you study those things, the better will be your accuracy. There you have to increase the accuracy. Here you have to work on this thing. So exploration of the rare earth metals. Rare earth minerals are known as rare earth elements. A group of 17 chemically similar metallic elements. In your periodic table, 17 similar things are called as things. These are 15 lanthanoids plus scandium and yttrium. All together is called as 15 plus 2 is called as a rare earth metals. These are very important for the modern technologies like batteries, vehicles, all those things. India holds this 6% of the global rare earth elements, but we are not exploring this thing. Okay, so why is this thing exploring this thing is very difficult. For suppose if I extract this much of the ore, see you have big rocks. Within the rocks you have the ores. Within those ores you have the minerals. So this amount of rare earth elements, they are very minor scale. If I take this much, you will get only this much. So again, one thing is there are also radioactive elements in that, and also you need to do a lot of processing. You need technology to extract from the bottom. So who will show interest to extract from that area to do all the mining and get this much of the rare earth metal? It is a very costly procedure, and this may also cause environmental damage, managing all those things. Currently, we have not invested on that level of technologies. So that is a challenge we are facing. What now we are focusing. Now we are making sure to extract this thing. This is the most expected question this year, UPSC mains. So we need to have the clarity. Okay, monazite sands. This is in the beaches of your Andhra Pradesh, Kerala, Tamil Nadu. All those beaches have these monazite sands. These monazite sands also have the thorium reserves. Okay, along with the thorium, India has a very good amount of thorium reserves. That's why also in our nuclear cycle, we are talking about 3-stage nuclear fuel, where in the third stage, we want to utilize the thorium to generate the fuel. In the same monazite sands, you also find this things. Okay, apart from this, low pyrite deposits, okay, that is in Tamil Nadu and Kerala. Other deposits is going on in areas like Rajasthan, Jharkhand. So we want to extract these things. So they are divided into light and heavy. Okay, they are not rare in that. It is difficult to extract. They are not found at one particular area. All together at one place. They are not found. Scattered. Okay, so low in concentration, complex separation. So all these are the technological these things. So this is the same. 5, 6, 7 points that you have to write. You will by heart. Initially, you need to by heart. Later on, you will understand. So initially, to get the content, you should be able to by heart. Okay. So there is a thing. So India, especially facing the challenges. India, what kind of efforts India has made? It is very important. They can ask individual question. This comes under the Ministry of Mines, if I am not wrong. National Critical Mineral Mission. So that to decrease our dependency on the other countries, we are focusing on this. So our target is by next 2047, Ministry has also ensured that we want to make sure we are energy secure. Okay, we are working on this. See, China is totally energy secure. There is an article that I am going to take next and discuss there. So these three I want you to remember. Mines and Mineral Development Act, it is also very important. Now allows a private participation to enhance the innovation and investment in the mining exploration. Okay. These three, we have also created the IREL, India's Rare Earth Limited. It is a department under the Department of Atomic Energy for producing annually rare earth elements. By heart these three. Clear? Are we clear about this? So international collaborations and also we are doing. So this thing retirement age, because see Mohan Bhagwat, RSS leader, they have mentioned this. So by 75 every leader has to retire because new players has to given space and all. So that's why. So there are debates have started. So Congress is saying Modi should resign and all. So they are trying to nudge and all. Then Bhagwat later, RSS leader, he said, no, I am not targeting anyone. So that internal conflicts and all is going on. Currently, we do not have any retirement age. So there should there be a retirement age to support the young people? Or some people say, no, it depends on the quality. If the person is very good, so it need not be there. Okay. So whoever is a supporter of the Modis, they are saying that no, there should not be such thing. Who is anti? Okay, they are saying they have to retire. So they can ask in the GS4. So should there be a retirement? Okay, pros of retirement. So youth will come. Okay, there will be more accountability, more fitness, reduces stagnation. Okay, so this can also open the employment opportunities. What are the cons? See, generally they will have the more experience. Now even Donald Trump, Xi Jinping, or even the Chinese premier, Russian, so they are all having the very senior age old thing. Okay, it should be based on the capacity. It is not about it is not restricting even the youth. If they have the knowledge, if they have the capacity, it will take. They will be able to come. Sometimes it takes time for you to come to that stage. Okay, so there should not be retirement. There is a cons, it is there. Then finally you can take a stand. For me, I will not mention anything like that. For me, it is fine. There need not be any kind of age. Okay, maybe you can go based on the capacity and the wisdom. Okay, that's what my take is. Okay, now this is the China's leadership in the green energy. What the article says is China has done a lot of phenomenal work. They have started in the 2000 itself. They have realized we are dependent on for the energy purposes on the different countries. So they have invested in the 2000 itself on the clean energy technologies, electronic vehicles. They have invested on the battery infrastructure, charging infrastructure, everything they have done. Okay. So now currently India, now we have started. Now we are focusing on the hydrogen mission. Now we are focusing on the rare earth metals. By 2047, we want to make ourselves at least secure. Okay. So we do not have that kind of long-term vision. Now see, every country is threatening us. Okay. So we are working on this. Somehow we are 20 years behind. But that is a main problem of the concern. Like China, we have not done this thing. We have to invest on the technologies. Yesterday we have discussed, we have the capacity of 50% of the renewable energy, but utilization only 30%. Why? Because if you have to manufacture solar panels, we have to import it from the China. For the lithium, we have to go to some other country. Okay, for battery manufacturing also we do not have. Again, technology we have to take them. Raw materials we have to take with them. So what is the point of renewable energy? Again, you are dependent on the other countries more than those. At least here you can use the coal. Here at least multiple nations you can dependent on. Here you are primarily depending on the China. Okay, so these are the problems of the renewable energy we are facing in India. If you do not work on this, it definitely will struggle. So we have to work on this. This is what the article says. Once you can go through. So that's all. So study every day, consistently studying for 5 hours beyond your classes would be advisable. So anyway, you are studying for your GS and all, you are studying for 3-4 hours, 3-4 hours classes in the GS, and then optional again 3-4 hours. Okay, so those things that you will be studying anyway. Okay, so just you need to focus on those aspects: revision, studying, preparation, and all. Do those things. Whoever is watching online, See, same thing, same kind of consistency has to be maintained. So, post how many hours you are studying. Okay, you can discuss. Okay, maybe on the comment sections also there you can mention. So, how many hours have you studied for today? Okay, what kind of challenges? If those things, if we get to know, we will also try to discuss what are the challenges. Okay, so for me, if you are watching the class, the revision of the class should be the first priority. Watching the classes with the proper attention, be it a GS, optional or any current affair class, after going back home, allot at least 1.5 hour revision for the same content. That should be the prime thing. If you have the time, that is fine. If you do not have the time, this is the bare minimum that must be done. So when you are watching the class, that also is a kind of preparation time itself. After going back home, if you study for 3 to 5 hours, then your preparation time can be increased. Overall preparation time will be 10 to 12 hours. That is very good. This much should be enough. Okay, that's all. Thank you.